watch this?
How?
Ew,
How do you watch this? Dude, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Hi, you're listening to How Do You Watch This, a movie review podcast where each week we recommend a movie in the genre we love, but they don't. My name is Megan, and I love romance.
My name is Demi, and I love horror.
And this week, I picked for Demi the movie Music and Lyrics, which I believe is based on the common thread of washed out celebrity. Washed up?
Yes.
Washed up.
Or has been.
Has been.
Has been celebrity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Celebrity has been, which is a really good one. It was a really good thread.
When I saw the summary, I was like, I immediately thought of the substance, and I was like,
of course you did. Great. Blessed.
I have to.
Lucky me.
I have to give this to Megan.
I'm so glad.
You're more cultured, right? And I'm more cultured having watched this. So we're helping each other out.
You definitely are. As I was watching it, I was like, I'm so glad I made her watch this. 'Cause she's just going to understand life better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely some important learning lessons.
I agree. And I, as a big 80s ballad fan, I approve. So I enjoy that.
Good. I'm excited to talk about it because there's a lot that brought me back to just being youthful, young, and there were certain lines where I was like, I remember quoting that all the time, or
just
we
nostalgic.
and we copied the dance moves all the time. Like we
his
loved
move.
him. Oh my god, I know. So good.
So good.
So good.
Anyway, yes. So Music and Lyrics is a 2007 rom-com movie, PG-13. It's an hour and 36 minutes, and it is directed by Mark Lawrence, who also did Miss Congeniality.
He did a handful of really good rom-coms, and Hugh Grant is in like
a lot.
I
noticed that. Hugh Grant is a favorite, so I guess they work well together.
Yeah.
You know, Hugh Grant is a fun actor.
He is a great character on screen. He plays a mean character. And by mean, I don't mean mean. He's a mean in real life, I think, but not.
Yeah. He's a very good actor. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a very good actor.
And I think, we have to separate the celebrity from the character.
Yeah. And I did.
Okay.
I'm not thinking of mean Hugh Grant.
Right. Cheater, pumpkin eater. Okay.
Yeah. the quirky, fun 80s has-been.
Right.
So, all right, I'll keep this up.
Okay.
All right, so jumping into the movie, it starts off with a bang. It's a music video.
Yes.
This is my most memorable scene because it was so good.
Dude, it is so good. And I'm not joking to you, like, probably once a month, at least, in my life, I sing this song.
The song is called Pop Goes My Heart.
Yes.
And it's so good.
It's such a good song.
I said I wasn't gonna lose my head, and
then pop goes my heart. Pop goes my heart.
And you can listen to it on Spotify and stuff, so it's online.
It's so good.
It just sounds like a dumb 80s ballad.
Yes.
Like a song that you'd hear and you're like, this is a vibe. This is good.
At any of the 80s songs that I've gone through my share of 80s phases where there will be times in life where I'm only listening to 80s music for this month, and there's something about them. They're catchy,
they hit different,
and you're just belting it out to it.
The lyrics are so cheesy, and I'm like, yes.
So cheesy.
I feel that.
And then the music video itself that they show is horrifyingly cringe, and it's
oh my god,
very well done.
Yes, it's just your typical 80s music video. It's all like black and white, and it's just a checkerboard with the 80s hair.
Yep.
And then there's like the one guy's in a coma, or he has a dream, he wakes up. It's just goofy.
There's a hot nurse, and you're like, that's not a real nurse's outfit,
Yes, yeah. So that's how it opens up with, and it really gets you in there. Then we meet Alex Fletcher, the main character, who's played by Hugh Grant. And so he was once a member of the group Pop, and now he's washed up. He's, has been. He's relegated to performances at like amusement parks and state fairs and stuff like that. And at the start of the movie, he's being pitched a show called the battle of the 80s has-beens,
Mm-hmm.
and he's thinking it's a singing battle, but it's a boxing boxing match thing, which is really funny. And so he's just vibing, you know, it's what it is for him. This is his life.
Yeah,
and then,
he's not bitter or jaded about it. He just kind of is like, yeah, I had my hits and I'm feeding off that fame.
Yes, exactly. So his manager, played by Brad Garrett, who's a very popular
Yeah, you know him from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes. So he tells Alex that the young megastar named Cora wants to meet Alex because she's a big fan of pop. And Cora's like if Britney Spears and Shakira had a baby.
Yes. Yes.
Like that blend. Exactly.
That is exactly it. And I think that there was definitely some inspiration from Madonna as well.
I'm sure, yeah.
And I think Christina Aguilera.
Cultural appropriation.
Yep. Yeah, because apparently Madonna had a song where she sang like Om Shanti Shanti or something like that, which is pretty much Cora's whole shtick.
Listen, cultural appropriation was crazy back in this time.
It was like, so intense.
Do you remember Gwen Stefani when she
my God.
hired those 4 Asian women and like gave them names? It was like Baby, Angel. That was crazy. And she had them like pets. That was crazy.
That is, I fully blocked that from my memory.
Yep.
That
And I
is
only remember
insane.
because I loved her music. And I remember that CD. And yeah, that was crazy.
That is absolutely insane.
So during that time, people were doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Pop stars. So Cora's one song is called Buddha's Delight. It's so bad. You can listen to it. It's an awful song.
Yes. And I could see it getting popular back in the mid 2000s with just the whole vibe that was happening.
Yeah, no, that would absolutely be a hit. Nowadays people call that shit out. So
I mean, yeah, rightfully so.
Rightfully so. So Alex and his manager are having this conversation about Cora, and then we meet Sophie, who's played by Drew Barrymore, and she's filling in for her friend for plant caretaking.
Yeah,
she comes in to spray the plants, which I was like, what?
Yeah, nuts. But also, I wish I had a plant caretaker because I am not good at plant care.
Yeah, I was like, I guess that could be a job.
But also,
I didn't think about it.
Like, he does not make enough money to have somebody water his plants. He's kind of just, he's not rolling in it.
No,
he's
and
not
it's just
plant lady money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and definitely not, because I'm like, does he have someone that cleans his house too? It's just like a plant person. And I was just thinking, and I mean this in the best way, because I actually did enjoy this movie, but this scene, it reminded me of middle school fan fiction where you're like, I was Harry Styles' plant caretaker, and he like met me there, and we fell in love. Like that type of vibe was what I was getting. Because I was like,
that's fair. That's
She's
very
only there
fair.
to water the plants. Anyway.
And she was very quirky, and that's the vibe. You know, she's not like other girls.
Oh, Sophie! I have words about Sophie.
I know.
Anyway,
First of all, though, I do want to say Drew Barrymore is just beautiful and talented
so
and amazing, and her whole look in this movie is amazing the whole time.
She's so pretty in this movie.
Yeah.
I like couldn't stop staring at her.
Yes, I was like, you're flawless.
So I was like, who did your makeup?
Right.
What is? I mean, she's always beautiful, but this movie, I was like, I almost didn't really recognize her.
Yes,
like,
there were times when I didn't.
Yeah.
Where she almost looked airbrushed. She was just like very.
I don't know. There was something weird. It's the Snapchat filter.
Yeah.
So she's there. She's like, I'm going to water plants. Like you said, she's very quirky. She won't stop talking. She's just like running her mouth.
Yeah.
And she pricks her finger on a cactus, and she's like, oh, do you have Band-Aids? He's like, no. She's like, okay, I'm going to leave because this could get infected. And just leaves. She's in there for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, I literally thought that she was a fan and was sneaking in. And this was like her thing. Because I was like, what was that? That was like so weird. No, she's just like weird.
Yeah, I think it's just a way for them to have her come back another time and like for storytelling, whatever. And she says she's a hypochondriac or whatever. And that's not really, I mean, as an actual hypochondriac, that's not really how it works. Would you be freaking out about the cactus sting? Probably, sure. But would you leave immediately? I mean, I wouldn't.
Literally just to spray plants, I'd be like, all right,
No.
I'm going to go quicker. And I'm going to go
Yes.
check on my hand.
Yes,
I'm
you're
getting paid for this.
exactly. But whatever, she's different.
She's quirky.
Yeah.
So after all this, Alex goes to meet with Cora, and she wants him to write her a new song, in just a few days because she's leaving to record for her new CD. On Friday, it has to be titled Way Back Into Love. And also, Matthew Morrison is Cora's manager.
Yes.
That was just a jump scare.
I know. It's like, oh my God. Is this, I think it's pre-Glee, right? It has to be.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Yeah. I saw his profile and I was like,
my God.
is that Matthew Morrison?
Dude, I saw his name come up on the title credits and I was like, oh my God.
Girl, I still think
Forgot.
of some scenes from Glee.
Oh my God.
It's just coming to my memory.
So cringy. I don't know how that man lives with himself because I know some of the horrifyingly embarrassing things I've done in my life and his are all on the internet. Just
Yep. Oh, good old Glee.
God.
I was so hooked on that show.
I know. I was too.
Woo.
I was too for longer than I should have been.
Yeah. I mean, some of the Glee covers,
They were bops.
still good. Still good.
I was listening to them on my way to school or whatever, I was like, oh yeah, I love this mashup of confession and apologize.
Some good songs, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about Glee.
Yeah. I was thinking, so as I was watching this movie and his face came up, I was like, we should do a spin-off Glee podcast.
Oh.
And then I was like, it's probably been done. It's been done.
Oh my God, can you imagine? Girl.
Yeah.
We shouldn't. It'd be too bad for my mental health.
I know. I can't imagine, but also it'd probably just be 50 minutes of us cackling hysterically.
Oh yeah. No, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to do it. It's too much. Glee is too much. It's too much. Anyway, Cora doesn't really take no for an answer, even though this has to be done very quickly. And also, Alex isn't a lyricist. He does music production, but he's not really good with lyrics. But Alex's manager is like, we have to do this. Some of your shows have been canceled, and we need the money. So Alex gets some help from this pretentious dweebish guy, and he's writing these foul lyrics for this song.
My God.
And
yeah.
Alex isn't really vibing it. And while they're working on that, Sophie comes by again to do the plans. And she kind of like sings, out loud to herself some lyrics. And Alex is like, whoa, what you sing? She's like, I don't remember. And I'm like, oh, Sophie. And he's like so impressed by her ability to just come up on the spot. And I'm like, bitch, that could be me. I could do that.
I know. She was not being revolutionary with her. The dude who was like the shady guy was like, are you kidding me with this A-B bullshit? And honestly, I would have felt the same way if I was him.
Yes. I mean, I will say the song they come up with is nice. It is nice.
Great. Yeah, it's
I
good.
like it a lot.
It's
but,
not Pop Goes My Heart, but it's good.
Yes, agreed. But yeah, I was like, could I have been a lyricist? Is this all it takes?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is mid 2000s, so not mid, but early, whatever.
Well, yeah.
Early
The late aughts.
Late aughts. Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, he's so impressed, and he's desperate to work with her because he also has to get this done very soon. So he's like, I need your help. She's not really interested. She's like, no, I can't. I don't do this. I don't write lyrics. I don't write. She's trying to leave, and he's like, please, you should come see me tonight. I'm performing at this hotel for a school reunion.
Yeah.
And so Sophie goes to her sister Rhonda's house to watch the kids. And when Rhonda comes home, she tells her sister about meeting Alex, and her sister's a huge Pop fan.
Yes.
And she's like, we're going to go see him. And Rhonda is the one actress, Kristen Johnston. And I remember seeing her face so much, at that time. And now I don't see her in anything. But
no, I know what happened to her.
She's another one that you would recognize her.
Yeah.
She was a lot of vagina in Austin Powers.
Oh, I did not. That was not the role that I immediately recognized her in, but all right. Okay.
That for me is ingrained. They go to this reunion show, and Alex is performing, and all the women are in love. And I mean, same. If NSYNC
Right. Like,
MI reunion, I'd be
yes.
like, yes.
Yeah.
Going feral. So
yeah, well, if you think about it, if these are women who are, you know, this was the big band from when they were in high school, if that's the case, like if you think about a band, that would be like My Chemical Romance, singing to you live, like, yeah, I would be embarrassing myself.
Yes.
Which
so
I always am convinced, I'm like, I'm not going to be a fangirly girl. I would never be the type who like doesn't know what to say or whatever. I'm just gonna be cool. I'm gonna be chill. And then I met the inventor of one of the board games that I love, and I've never been more awkward in my entire life. Travis still to this day will start laughing about that interaction because he thinks it was so funny. He was like, you both were so uncomfortable.
That's really sweet, though.
So, I don't think I would fangirl over a celebrity, but also, I fangirled over a board game creator.
Oh, girl. Yeah, I would get flustered, for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So. I am like other girls. So.
Yes, we're all the same. It's all in our bloodstream, you know?
Yeah.
It's what it is, so. Anyway, so Sophie's able to get her sister, Rhonda, to meet Alex to get an autograph. And this scene made me laugh because she asked for a photo. And Alex was like, only if you're single. She's like, well, I've been married 16 years, but nothing's set in stone. And I just love that line. It's
so
really
good. It's such an iconic line. I love that.
So Alex is still trying to get Sophie to help him. And he ends up convincing her after he puts together a short little diddly from the lyrics she quickly thought of on the spot there, having to do with like love autopsy, something like that. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't.
But like I said, he's desperate too. So
yeah.
Anyway, next few days, Alex and Sophie are working together on the song. And they grow closer and learn more about each other. So Alex reveals to Sophie that Colin, who is the other big member of the band, left the group and stole 3 of their songs and put on his solo album, which was very, very successful. And then Alex came out with his own album, but it barely sold anything.
Yeah.
He even there's a CD in the store that he marked, and it's been there for 6 years. No one's bought it.
Yeah, he said he sold 50,000 copies, and most were his mom.
Yes.
It just was not successful.
No. So Sophie then confides that she abandoned writing after a failed romance with her English professor, Sloane Cates. So they were together. She found out he was engaged. Things got messy. And then he goes to write a best-selling novel in which the lead character is basically based off of Sophie. And not only that, but in the book, he characterizes this character as a brilliant imitator, but an empty writer with no original thoughts. So
literally
horrible.
The most evil thing that could ever that would have destroyed me.
Oh my god.
Her,
so mean.
When she was, because I was like, oh, I remember she got jaded by somebody. I can't remember what it was, and I did not think it was that bad. And then I heard it and I was like, yeah, that would put me in a hole for a while.
Yeah, the thing is, it would put me in a hole, but I would have such anger.
Oh, rage.
I would have to write a book that would beat his. Like, that would be my goal. So, like,
yes, that's
I eventually would
true.
get back into writing if I were her, but I also understand.
I would definitely do the prove you wrong. I would never not be the allow you to win type.
Exactly.
I would also, I don't know, probably go to one of his lectures and loudly yell at him. I don't know.
Kill him? Just shoot him.
I wouldn't do that. I couldn't get away with murder. Yeah. So, and I would not look good. I would look good in orange because that's my color, but I couldn't handle it, you know.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I could never. No. Well, maybe, but not for this. At this point, I would just be like, well, I'm just going to write a better book than you.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Yeah, definitely.
You're old and ugly.
Yeah. And that's what's funny, too, is she clearly has a type. She likes older men a little bit. Because,
yeah, there's a 15-year difference.
There is.
And you could tell.
Yes. You can tell. I was like, she's so fine. And, like, he's all right. he's just
Hugh Grant. He's charming.
Yeah, he's got more of a charm to him, but he's not like, she is out of his league a little, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And for me watching this, I'm like, the age is too much. But then I'm like, I guess if it was a celebrity that you, but she didn't like him, it's different. If it was a celebrity you really liked and you're like, they're older, but I'm in love with them, so who cares? Yeah, but
and rich, but
and rich.
15 years isn't for me. I was thinking about it too, because I was like, that's probably on the far end for me, but it's not out of the question. I wouldn't. What's 15 years older than us?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
whatever.
It's too much for me, but
yeah,
I guess some people
like,
make it work.
Not...
I mean, people are weird, so.
How old is? Hold on. How old is Henry Cavill?
He's like, isn't he in his late 30s?
He's 41.
41, okay.
Okay, 10 years, no problem.
I can do that. I can
do 10 years. I can do 10 years. If Henry Cavill was like 15 years older than me, like, I would be like, okay, 15 years isn't bad.
I couldn't even talk because I literally swore I would be with Johnny Depp, and the age difference between me and him is crazy.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. And look at him now.
Look at him now. Dried out.
Yeah, he hasn't aged very well. Drugs do not help with your complexion. Just saying. Really takes you down a few pegs.
Oh, Johnny.
Yeah, poor
young Johnny though.
Yeah, oh, young Johnny, man. Whew. Young Johnny.
God, crushed it.
Yeah.
Whew,
Sleepy Hollow like, Johnny.
Let me make a beautiful being.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway. What are we talking
back
about?
at it. 15-year age gap. She likes older men.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We were talking about the shitty author.
Yes.
Main characters. Finally delivered a song to Cora just in time, and she loves it. She's like, this is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. Peace. She leaves. So then they have a celebratory dinner, and Sloane Cates shows up at the restaurant. Sophie's mortified. She goes and hides in the bathroom. Alex goes to her. She tells him that she had a whole speech to say to him if she ever saw him. And he's like, well, go tell him. And she's like, no, I look terrible right now. I can't do that. So Alex asks his manager's partner, who's there for dinner as well, if she could swap clothing with Sophie, which was very nice. And so they swap, and Sophie has this beautiful red gown, and she confronts Sloane, but she's all tongue-tied. And this asshole is like, wow, you look great, Sophie. How are you? Oh, I would have just punched her in the throat, you know?
Oh, my God. I
Anything.
was so furious watching that.
Anything. But she's just can't talk.
Right.
And Alex is trying to get her to talk and say a few things, but it doesn't work out. So then Alex goes back to meet with Sloane when he's sitting at the table and is trying to defend Sophie a few times, and it ends up in a fight, and Sloane pretty much slams Alex's head on the table. It's not good. His manager has to step in. So, but he tried defending Sophie.
Right.
So. Very nice of him.
Yeah, it's nice that he made an attempt. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's the effort. You know? So they go back to Alex's apartment, and Sophie's tending to his wounds, and they end up doing the dirty, of course.
And we get nothing, but that's
get nothing. They end up under the piano.
Yeah,
just funny. So then afterwards, Alex is kind of weird about it. It's like fine. They just had sex, it's whatever. Yeah. And they're still hanging out, but no relationship is brought on after this, really.
Right.
Sophie's encouraging him at his shows and keeping him motivated, and kind of telling him that people are having fun. He's making people have fun and enjoy themselves, and he feels like these shows aren't worth it, but her words keep him motivated. Yeah. She's a very kind person.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
So eventually, Cora invites Alex and Sophie to the studio for a sneak preview of the song, and they're very surprised and stunned at her risque Bollywood-style interpretation of it, and it's foul. It's so bad.
It's really bad. She's making orgasm sounds. Yeah. It is so cringy.
It's like, let's add these ethnic beats, and I'm like, what is going on? So then, in private, Sophie complains to Alex about this version, and she says it just clashes with the original intent of the song. And Alex agrees, but he dismisses it at the cost of doing business.
Right. Which I kind of get for him. He's desperate to make his way and still make money. And he's going to sell himself out for it. He doesn't care. He doesn't have integrity for that.
Yeah. So, like, I get his view. And Sophie's just very passionate. But, I totally understand her view because it's a song they wrote. And then to have it is pretty changed, They didn't add orgasm sounds in the fucking lyrics, so it's like...
And, she does mention they're ruining two cultural styles at once.
Yes, exactly. Later on, Cora's hosting a party, and Sophie and Alex go, and Sophie ends up sharing her concerns with Cora in person, and Cora appreciates the honesty, but she refuses to make the change.
Yeah.
And Alex doesn't really say anything. He doesn't step in for Sophie, and Sophie's pissed at that. And then Cora asks them to write another verse by the next morning because she feels like it needs one. And I'm like, oh, girl.
Dude, insane question. Insane question to ask. Yeah. It wasn't even a question. It was a demand. It was like, do this.
It was. So then Alex and Sophie are like, tensions are rising between them. They're trying to work on this. But then Sophie accuses Alex of selling out. And then he said, this is my deleted thing, because this was so mean.
And he's like, it honestly is hard to come back from.
It is. And
I know.
We'll talk about it.
I know.
But he says that Sloane's assessment of her in the book is accurate, and that she pretty much lives in fairy tale land. It's not like that. And that is so foul, because this is the one thing that's really literally ruining her life. And for him to be like, he was right, you are like that, is crazy. And
I don't know that I can come back from it. Yeah.
No. I don't.
It was...
bad.
He does do a grand gesture, but it's just so mean.
Yeah, it was just too mean. He could have said, like, I don't know, he could have said anything else to, like, specify that specifically. Her trauma is just really, that was just really...
Yes. And I do feel like part of me is like, okay, I get that when people are mad, sometimes they say things they don't mean because they're just trying to lash out and hurt the other person. And maybe that's the case. We don't get an explanation from him. That's kind of like, if he had been like, I didn't mean it, I was just hurt and upset and I didn't know how to react, at least then you would feel like, okay, well, he's just an idiot and he needs to grow up and learn how to handle his feelings. But we don't get that. So you don't know did he actually really believe that in that moment? And it took her finishing the song for him to go,
Right. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, not good.
No.
So, deleted.
Yeah.
The next morning, Alex meets with Cora and learns that Sophie had faxed over the additional verse already. And the verse is pretty much based off their argument.
Yeah.
And so, this is the end of their partnership. Sophie is now preparing to start a new life in Florida and is reluctant to attend the performance for Cora at Madison Square Garden. But she goes because her niece and nephew are super excited that she wrote a song.
Yeah.
And so she ends up going. So, midway through the show, Cora announces the debut of a new song written by Alex Fletcher. And I was like, oh, I was so mad. I was so mad. And so Sophie is like, cool, he stole my shit. I'm getting out of here. She starts to leave, and Alex starts singing this ballad, and it's a whole new song. It's his own song, and it's pretty much a plea for Sophie to forgive him and give him another chance. And I was like, that wouldn't have been good enough for me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
It's also, it was good, though. It was like,
have been good enough for me.
I know. I think I'm a little easier though. I think I don't know. It might have been enough for me. I still would have needed to he would have needed to grovel a lot more before I made out with him.
The next thing he does, I'm like, all right, maybe. This by itself, no. But
yeah, I do have to agree with you. I am not a water under the bridge girly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would have been like, wow, that was really sweet. I'm going to remember this.
Yeah. I would talk to him, but I would be like, you said what you said, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but Sophie's like, oh my God.
Right. She's falling over with it.
Like, this is so good. So,
all right, girl, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. She goes backstage to meet with him, and then the song starts playing, Way Back into Love, and it sounds like the original that they put together. And he tells her that he persuaded Cora to drop the risque arrangement of the song, suggesting that it would help him win Sophie back, and that Cora's a romantic, was into that. And so for me, I was like, okay, I would have felt better with that, knowing he saved the song as well. He told Cora. Yeah. I would have felt better with that. So they get back together, and Cora and Alex are performing the song. It's so goofy seeing those two perform together. But it sounds really good. Yeah, it sounds really good. It's a really cute song. So yeah, so that's that. And then the film ends with kind of similar to the beginning, and it's supposed to be like VH1's pop-up music video segment that they used to have. And it's showing the pop song, and it has little pop-ups, and it's saying things like Way Back into Love became a smash hit. The film adaptation of Sloane's novel ended up being a financial flop and destroyed his career. Pop was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then Alex and Sophie continued their partnership and ended up writing 5 pop hits that were very popular. So, and that is the movie. Yeah. Music and lyrics.
Yeah, it ended really fun. I liked that. Yes. All right, I want to know how you felt about everything, but I have a couple of fun facts. I don't have a lot, mostly because I was just being a lazy lady, and I was not digging very hard.
It's all good. I do have some questions, so I'll see if you know.
We'll see if I know. So Hugh Grant did perform himself. Okay. He did not play all the piano himself. He apparently was taught how to play the piano by Andrew Lloyd Webber's mom when he was a youngin', but he forgot everything he knew. And so for the scenes where his hands are in it, he learned those chords or those parts of the music, but he didn't play like all the music. Okay. He was singing, and he originally did not want to have to do the singing part, but finally, after practicing and performing in studio, apparently he was so comfortable. He was like, yeah, I'll do the concert live. I'll do it live. Wow. And so he did it live. They recorded it. They played it back. He was like, that sounds like shit. Do the pre-recorded one over it. Don't use the live recording.
That's so funny, because like I was wondering if he was singing, because I'm like, I feel like he is singing, and you can tell he's not, a great singer, but he has a nice voice. So that's so funny. Yeah, I agree. There is a twang to the voice that you're like, that's Hugh Grant singing. It's not, it doesn't sound like it's completely a voiceover. Yes. And he isn't, amazing, but he's good enough. Yeah, he's good enough, and it's fun. I liked his voice. Me too. There's different references they make throughout the movie to other musicians and things like that. Like, there's a comment in one of those little trivia history bubbles that one of the members of Pop had declared Pop to be bigger than the Beatles, which was a reference to when Noel Gallagher from Oasis said they were bigger than the Beatles. And it was also kind of hinting at when John Lennon said the Beatles were more popular than Jesus Christ. So different, like, big comments like those where celebrities get, a little bit into themselves. Yeah. Hey, I mean, Beatles,
they
maybe more popular than Jesus.
I don't know. Might have been. But
I don't see Jesus releasing some bomb ass music.
Yeah, that was a joke in the movie too.
Yeah, it was.
So then there's things like how the character of Cora was related to modern pop stars and things like that. Yeah, so those are the big ones I have right now. What are some questions that you have?
Yeah, so the questions were related to the singing. So Hugh Grant. I was curious if Drew sang.
She did.
As well. Okay.
The singing parts that she sang, she did sing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually have anything else. I literally can't think of anything else.
Okay. Good. Okay. Well, I wish I knew more fun facts. I have not been doing my research well. So that's on me.
It's hard with romance if it's not recent.
Yeah.
There
is one of the songs that he sings as the washed up pop star. It was like Dance With Me Tonight. That song that he sings was written by the director's 12-year-old son.
Oh, cute.
So I was like, that's really cute.
Oh, that's really nice.
I know.
Do you know if the same person wrote all the music?
I don't think they did. I was reading the credits, and I don't think they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was curious.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Adam Schlesinger wrote a number of songs on this, but he didn't write, I don't know who wrote Pop. Pop is, Goes My Heart is so good.
It really is.
Composers Andrew Wyatt and Alana Vicenti.
Okay. I want like Wikipedia for the song. And it says, Joshua Starnes of ComingSoon.net praised the song, saying that the song was the only genuinely funny moment of the entire film.
Ouch.
Jeez.
Apparently in 2016, during a Reddit AMA, Hugh Grant says he likes to perform the song's dance moves with his children every day.
Oh. It's a good move. I was
Yeah.
cracking up when he was doing the hip thrust, and then
Yeah.
he hurt his hip on stage.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
that was so good.
I feel that.
And then in the end of the movie, all the fun facts were like, the former members of the bands all need hip replacements.
hip replacements. I'll go through the rest of my stuff.
Mhm.
Main characters. I said other.
Okay.
I was unsure because Sophie for me was just a little crazy. You know, I think she's
Okay.
very sweet, but I think her quirks would drive me fucking crazy, and I just.
Good to know.
No,
Whatever.
her quirks are like not it. But I'm not 100% no. I'm just
Whatever.
like maybe. Alex is also a maybe because I don't know if I
Right.
was a fan of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I wasn't, I don't know. His vibes are kind of
Funky.
yeah. I don't know. But he's also a celebrity, so
You're like,
I mean,
whatever.
I
would.
guess.
Yeah.
Side character, I put Cora, and I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
She made me feel very uncomfortable. It felt like she was
Yeah,
like 18
it was a
the whole
little-
time.
Yeah, it does bring up this really interesting thing. You're watching her concert aspect, and it's super sexual. And
Yeah.
that is something you see a lot in pop concerts now.
Yeah.
And it brings up this controversy of one, embrace your sexuality, but two, there is this way where they're like covering the kids' eyes because they are going to try to emulate
Yeah.
that in some way. So it can
Well,
be problematic when you
Yeah,
think
that's the
about
thing
it.
with these like pop singers, and I love them. I'm a pop girly.
Mhm. Yeah.
But like, yeah, a lot of young teenage girls are really into them, and it's hard with. So, my sister-in-law would want to take Angela to go see Ariana Grande, but she's like her songs, some of them
Yeah.
are pretty risque, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, like that. It sucks, you know, to have
Right.
you know your daughter be such a big fan, but it's like you can't.
But
Really
you
take
can't.
to the
Yeah,
concert.
that's.
I guess
is-
that's why Taylor Swift is popular. 'Cause
challenge.
she's, you know,
she's much more kosher.
yeah.
Yeah, she's not
It's like the Republican of pop.
sure she would love to hear herself being portrayed as that. She's definitely like more conservative in her visuals and everything.
I don't know if like, well, Chapel Roan's songs are crazy. I was gonna say she's pretty
Yeah.
wild in her outfits, but I don't know if they're
Yeah.
super.
Sometimes they can be. Sometimes she does wear legitimate BDSM lingerie style stuff.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
Sabrina Carpenter, her
Yeah.
cute, adorable, sparkly dress.
Aw, yeah. I mean, I think that I guess it comes down to each parent who brings a kid to a concert like that has to be aware of what they're getting themselves into.
Oh yeah.
And you have to know, okay, your kid's going to see some stuff and you might not want them to dress up like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know I definitely, when I was younger, I wanted to dress up like the funky dancers on MTV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted the cut up shirts and stuff. I wanted that so bad.
Yeah, girl. They'll have zip up like the Sierra
Mm-hmm.
hoodie
And
look.
yeah, I was never. My mother was like, no way, Jose. Put on some tights under that skirt. 'Cause...
I remembered I wanted to be a not pussycat doll. Pussycats. What's the band? Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, okay.
It's a Halloween costume, and I was like, hell no. But they had the preteen like
Right.
costume,
Of
but
course.
it was like a belly. I think it was a crop top.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but then it's like, yeah, you want to experiment and explore, but then there's creepy people who are going to look at your kid.
Oh, yeah. So I understand why my mom said no, but at the time I was very upset.
I will definitely end up being that mother where I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. You sure you don't want to be a ghost again?
God, I really hope I just have a weird kid who wants to be I wanted to be the Monopoly man one year. That's what I wanted to be. Like, I hope my kid is weird like me.
I think there's so much content out there that you can funnel, pretty well. So,
yeah, I think so.
When we were young, there wasn't much.
Yeah, there wasn't as much. No.
But, now you can kind of steer them certain ways and hope they don't explore too much. But
yeah, I think that we're weird enough people that we're just going to have weird kids. So
yeah. But I'm also an advocate for a sexy Halloween costume, so I'm going to have to hide that. Hide some photos.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, my review of the movie.
Right,
Jesus Christ. I didn't even finish. Oh my God, fall in love. Okay.
Yeah, we're off the rails.
I said 9 because he's a celebrity. That's like really biased. That's really messed up.
You are so easy. Be famous. Demi will want you. He's a celebrity.
Be a famous 80s pop star singer, British, and
okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be easy to fall in love in this situation.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. So I would recommend it. I think it has enough fun things about it that it's fun. And I don't know if I love the romance in this movie.
Yeah. Okay.
But everything else was good. So the romance itself, I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling them two together. Yeah. But it's fine. So my review, I gave. Well, what would you review it?
Oh gosh. I didn't. Why didn't I not prepare? We do this every week. Why did I not prepare my answer? I feel like I would give it a 4.4.
Okay.
I don't think it's the best romance either. But just as a movie of enjoyment and how I have a lot of nostalgia with it, I would give it that high. I think that you're going to rate it in the high 3s.
3.8. Yep.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
Connected.
that's what. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I did have fun with it. I liked it. So yeah, I docked points because of the romance.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that was pretty much the big negative of it, but it was fun. Like, it made me laugh. There were really funny moments. The music was fun. It was good.
Yeah, I really like the music of it.
I'll have that song stuck in my head
forever. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Totally fine.
It's such a good song.
It's a great song. So yeah, that is music and lyrics. And I have Megan's next movie.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna watch this.
Don't sound too excited. Okay.
Gonna watch this scary movie.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the movie Train to Busan.
No way. You're trash.
It's such a good movie.
I've heard it's very scary zombies.
Yeah, but you like zombies, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, like the concept.
You said you liked zombies.
I like
zombie
movies.
I thought this would be a fun one.
No, you're right. I went through a zombie phase. I did. I just know it's gonna be scary. So
yeah.
I know some people who really love horror movies, and that's their favorite horror movie. So
it is my favorite zombie movie. It's probably a top horror movie for me. It's like genuinely good all around. It's scary, but I don't remember it being very jump scary. It's just zombie scary, It's just the concept is terrifying.
Yeah.
But it's genuinely good. So
okay.
I hope that you'll like it. But the movie, short and sweet, is simply about a man and his daughter are on a speeding train with other people, and zombies get on it, and they have to survive while on this train.
Zombies get on it. All right.
Zombies get on the train, and it's in South Korea, so have your subtitles on.
Great. So I have to take notes and read. Okay.
Yeah.
You're the worst.
Sorry. It'll be worth it. You'll be like, wow, this movie was so good.
I'm trying to be more short in my note taking anyway, so it'll force me to just be brief.
Yeah, I've been better with that too. Cause, a lot of my notes is just quotes, and I'm like, I have to be a little bit better.
Yeah,
but...
I know. But at the same time, whatever works,
Anyway, you can watch this almost anywhere.
Okay.
Tubi, Pluto, Peacock, Amazon, maybe, I think, and Viki.
Oh, Vicky, that's new.
That's the Korean. That's where I watched the Korean version of.
Oh, The Lake House.
Yes, which you should watch.
I forgot. I forgot. I will.
So, just go download Vicky and watch both of them.
Okay.
Back to back.
Are there lots of ads?
Yeah. Does it have ads? I don't know if it has ads. I forget.
Okay.
It probably does, but I forget.
Obviously.
But there's also K-dramas on there, and the main star of the movie, Gong Yoo, the one K-drama I watched, he was in love with him. Anyway.
Okay. All right.
2 dreamboats in this movie, so enjoy.
All right. I will enjoy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway.
Okay. Thanks for listening to How Do You Watch This? You can find us on Instagram at How Do You Watch This and TikTok at How Do You Watch, or email us at howdoyouwatchthis@gmail.com. If you like the show, support us by giving us a review or recommend to a friend, and we'll see you. No, we won't hear you. You'll hear us next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.